Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to One Concussed Broad Healing. If you're watching this, you probably already know the struggle of light and noise sensitivity and how it can turn something as basic as going to the store or being into a crowded room into a full-blown sensory meltdown. I sure as hell know that I have experienced this on more occasions than I would like to count. All right, so today I'm going to be sharing practical trauma-informed tips to help you cope, manage, and slowly improve your sensitivity to light and sound after a concussion. Okay, so after a concussion or a brain injury, your brain becomes hypersensitive to external stimuli. Why? Because your nervous system is still in survival mode, and loud noises and bright lights can feel like a threat. This isn't all in your head. It's your head trying to protect you. So here's some tips for some light sensitivity. Invest in FL41 tinted glasses. These are specifically tinted lenses that block the wavelengths of light that trigger migraines and sensory overload. I know for me, I got a pair about a year ago and it was a game changer for me. Unfortunately, my puppy ate one of my lenses, so I am waiting for a replacement, and I'm telling you, in the last 2 weeks that I have not had them, going to the grocery store feels like the most excruciating experience. So if I was ever in doubt before, just these couple weeks of not having them has reinforced for me how important they are for myself. All right, tip number 2, adjust your environment. So use soft, warm lighting at home. So avoid harsh LEDs. Turn off overhead lights when possible. Get blackout curtains. Use screen dimmers. So on my phone, there's a setting where I can just adjust the brightness. And I know that before I got my FL41 tinted glasses, I had Blu-ray glasses for when I was using screens. They were helpful. As you can notice, I am using candlelight. I prefer candlelight over the overhead lights. So that's just another tip that's been helpful for me. Okay, number 3, limiting screen time and doing them in bursts. So even 10 to 15 minutes of phone time can be draining. So here's this 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, look for something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Better yet, if you can take a complete break from your screens, that's even better. But I do understand that some of our jobs or our requirements in life require us to be in front of screen. So that's when that 20-20-20 rule really comes into play. So 20 minutes of screen, you stop, you look for something that's 20 feet away, and you look at it for 20 seconds. Now we're going to talk about tips for noise sensitivity. So if I'm being completely honest, it turns out that I have had other concussions when I was younger as a kid. So I have always had some sensitivity to light, but noise was never an issue for me until these most recent concussions. And then it was like, holy Batman. So here are some suggestions on how to help with noise sensitivity. So noise canceling headphones are a great option. You can wear them anywhere. You can wear them to the grocery store. You can wear them when I was making attempts to go back to the school board. I couldn't obviously have noise canceling headphones, pardon me. And there's other varying products out there, but I use the loop earplugs. And they allowed me to I could go from complete noise cancellation to, and there was 2 other settings. So they were very helpful for me because I work in special education. And let me tell you, a lot of my kids are very verbal. And so classroom can be very loud. And that was very difficult for me to manage, but my loop earplugs definitely helped. They helped to reduce my anxiety and feeling overstimulated in the school environment. Use brown noise or nature sounds. So white noise can be harsh, but brown noise is deeper and more soothing for concussion and brain injury recovery. So try it when you're resting. Try it having it in the background when you're working, and definitely when you're feeling overstimulating. Quick Google search on YouTube will give you some different sounds. If the brown noise isn't necessarily helpful to you, then nature sounds have always been a really good go-to for me. The sound of rain, birds, animals, that has been very calming for me as well. Okay, and then number 3, create quiet zones. So pick a space in your house or your car, or if you are back to work, a space in your office where that is your calm zone, right? It could be like a utility closet or a supply closet. I know that when I was working at the school board, we had a sensory room that I could use from time to time if students weren't using it, and that was my quiet zone. So what you want in your quiet zone is you want to be able to have low light, no noise, no talking, no engaging, just rest. This is a space to let your nervous system know that you are safe and that you can power down for a few minutes. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long. I used to take my 15-minute break. I used to do 5 minutes in my calming zone. So remember, this hypersensitivity to external stimuli is because our nervous system is in survival mode. So it makes the most sense that what we need to do is we need to practice on supporting the nervous system. So the way that this can look is through breath work, gentle movement, somatic tools, lots of rest and hydration, and zero shaming. So that internal dialogue, zero shaming for when you feel like you need extra support. Remember, recovery is a process. You're not being dramatic and you're not being too sensitive. You are recovering. There is no timeline, and you are not failing if it takes time to re-enter the world. Every boundary you set is a form of self-trust. Every break you take is a step forward. So if light and sound feels too much, you are not alone. You are not weak. You are healing. And the fact that you're here learning and adapting tells me you are already doing the hard part. So drop a comment and let me know what's helped you to manage your light and noise sensitivity. I also like to ask you to like, subscribe, and share this video so that we can continue to reach other people that need some support in navigating their recovery from concussion and brain injury. As always, I thank you for your support, and I wish you a very blessed day. I forgot to mention that tomorrow the topic will be how sleep affects recovery and how we can improve it. All right, see you tomorrow.